Shit dogs.
Got in there like smoker, baby.
Back up again.
Ready?
Shit fucking diggity dogs.
I had a good night's rest.
It's the shit fucking dogs.
What the hell that
I
mean?
did. I got enough sleep. That's what that means. And I've been up for a couple of hours, so.
Waking up a few hours before the pod is like truly clutch. Like, I feel like I don't reach homeostasis in my day till at least like an hour and a half after I wake up.
Yeah, how long does that
Just
take?
fucking running, coughing.
Does that always take that, like, for y'all, like, hour and a half? How long before you feel like you're, like, actually awake?
Couple of hours.
If I've been getting good sleep that week, it's a lot quicker turnaround. But if it's like I needed the recovery sleep, man, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna feel like some fucking codeine.
Yeah. Hey, I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my
I haven't listened to that song in a long time.
I'm smoking more
Man, Soulja Boy.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
I saw, Austin, you can talk about it if you want to.
Okay, yeah, Austin. Yeah, fucking Austin.
I mean, I can because I learned about it today, but
Speak up.
Yeah.
he wished Metro Boomin a happy Mother's Day, and from what I saw about what happened with Metro Boomin's mom, it is very disrespectful for him to say that.
Soulja Boy v. Boomin's mom. What you guys got coming out?
So, Metro's mom died, what, like, I don't know when it was. I want to say, like, a year and a half ago.
I think Soulja's gonna win the battle.
He's winning the disrespect battle right now. Sure. He fucking said he's just been on a tear this morning. I'm trying to go back. He wished her happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day. And then he said basically that Metro was like going after him for something, and that he'll beat the fuck out of Metro and 21 Savage, sign the boxing contract. So, okay, this was like a long time ago. This was like a fucking like 12-year-old tweet apparently, and Soulja said, "I don't give a fuck if it was 20 years ago, pussy ass. Don't speak on me. Period." Basically, and then he said that you sacrificed your own mom. You're a puppet. Yeah. So I don't. Again, Soulja is he's probably like one of the greatest liars up there with Kevin Gates, Rick Ross, The Game. We have some legendary liars, which that's another beef. We don't need to talk about that. But Rick Ross and The Game getting into it, that could be all the time lying going on. That's gonna be awesome.
From what I saw on Twitter, and obviously I didn't like look up to see if it's 100% true, is that Metro Boomin's mom was killed by his stepfather, and his stepfather committed suicide afterwards.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot that was part of the story. That shit was fucking depressing as shit. Do y'all think we need to like actually like say who we are at the beginning of episodes? I was thinking about that last.
I'm trying to stay anonymous.
We don't want to give it. Okay, we're not giving even code names for each other.
Shit, we haven't talked about code names. Like, what should we be called?
I think that could be worth a a thought. Maybe not live, but like at some point, because I don't know. It feels weird just like raw dogging. Usually pro raw dog, but
Call me Young Lion.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say you can call me Rick Ross, but Drake said he was gonna turn Rick Ross's head into a flight from Malaysia Airlines, so that was in The Heart Part 6. Damn. Drake and Aretha Franklin teaming up to take down Kendrick. They both had one goal in mind.
Prove it.
Yes, sir. Drake sampled Aretha Franklin's Prove It for The Heart Part 6.
Just let me see ya prove it. Prove I don't wanna die. Now that you say, baby, prove it.
Aretha's not still alive, is she?
I feel like she either died recently or
Okay.
In 2018. She was 76.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Damn.
That was pretty recent.
That shit was 6 years ago, dog. Get the fuck out of here.
She was a stud, too.
She's what?
She was a stud. I'm talking like her music career.
Okay. Yeah, she does have like some awesome songs. But did you guys hear the Heart Part 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just got to address it real quick. You know, Drake,
I think we have to. Pathetic.
yeah, it didn't seem like he really had that much to say. He's just kind of going like,
try and cover that up.
you're lying.
I would like that one.
I want to leave
that
now.
would be some shit I could dance to if he wasn't tripling down on some whole other bullshit. But, you know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you, bring you back to the game, like, you know, but just let me know when we get into the facts.
You think this fucking
Everything in
rap
my
beef
shit
is
is
gonna
facts.
eventually get to the facts? Like,
Waiting on you to return.
everything in everything from Drake's camp is pure facts.
Yeah, it's not necessarily true. I know he said it,
I
but
think everyone is fucking liars. It's the craziest thing.
These guys' album releases this year are gonna be weird, right? Is there gonna be some stuff on them, some shade, or?
Kendrick maybe, because if it's true that he was going to release this year, he probably had most of it done, but he may change some things if his alleged album does come out this year. Drake, I don't think he's going to release an album. He might, he could, I guess.
He totally could, but I hope he doesn't. I was watching Sean C. He was doing a review of. I've been kind of trying to catch up with all the reviewers doing all the fucking songs. And he was. I don't know if have any of y'all seen his Not Like Us review?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Because I kind of like was. Because I personally, on my stance with the whole like pedophile shit, is I don't think he is a pedophile. Like I think that's just like a great extension of what's already kind of been accused / his actions that are suspect. But if you're someone that like actually believes he's a pedophile, that song to me is crazy as fuck.
What does Sean C think?
He basically is like, this shit is really weird. If you're Kendrick and you really think he's a pedophile, like you're making a dance song to like an actual kid's being touched. Like, is that now kind of weird? / as a fan, do you not feel really weird dancing to this? Like, if you truly believe that he did that, like, I don't know, it just kind of feels weird to dance to something like that. Like that is like that just, I don't know, that's just off to me. And I kind of feel that way. Like I said, don't think he's actually did it, but if I did actually think he did it, like, how could I dance to someone like literally, you know, talking about something like that's serious?
I will say, getting murdered is probably worse, right? And we be dancing to that all the time.
Yeah, but do we dance to like actual murderer? Like someone talking about an actual murderer?
Yes.
Like, I'm not talking about a persona that like 21 Savage is saying he's like he'll shoot somebody. 21
The baby has very literally killed somebody. So listen to his music.
Yeah, but he did that out of self-defense.
I mean, that's just.
But you're positioning Drake as a pedophile in the negative sense, as it always is. But like, murder is not the same way. You can kill someone, it be justified as self-defense. No one is like a fucking serial killer, and you're like listening to his music.
Yeah, and to the point, like, if Drake is like, if I'm to take Kendrick's word, you know, like I was kind of saying last pod, and like, you know, sort of like just, you know, believe that Drake is like a super weird guy at least. Like, you know, I'm kind of like, maybe I should stop listening to his music a little bit because of that stuff. But no, yeah, I think it would be weird if Kendrick just like released this song, but like in the context of the disses, it's like he's you know, he's directly addressing Drake. I feel like he's got to kind of bring that stuff up. And it's kind of like the song just, I mean, I guess he might have been, you know, trying to make a hit and everything, but
Oh, for sure.
it's not like he was, I don't know if he was trying to like get it in every club in the country, but
Oh, he 1,000% is 100,000%, and it's a great move. 100%, he should do that. If you're gonna beat Drake in this, you beat him in every single way. Beat him in the hit game as well. Like that is absolutely like not only a great move, but it was successful, like, and intentional. I'm talking from a fan perspective. I think Kendrick absolutely. If you know he's weird, you have to extend it to the furthest degree because it's all about public perception, positioning in that regard. But like, if you're a fan listening to these songs and you're a fan of both of these artists, how do these allegations, if you truly believe them to be real, if you're on the side of like they're probably not real, or I'm not going to believe that they're real until anything proved, then this doesn't really matter to you. Like this, then it's exactly like we were saying, the beef. Kendrick did the right thing of kind of going as far as he can with those type of allegations based on the perception that Drake has made for himself. But if you're someone that believes that he actually did it and you're still listening to a song like that, I think that's kind of crazy.
If you were someone to think that those allegations were true, I mean, if you like Drake, I could see it being weird to listen to the song. But if you don't like Drake, I mean, it's just a song like backing up everything you've already thought, and you're glad to see this weirdo go down or something. I don't know, but
I mean, faces day in the public opinion by the popularity of the song, which you contribute to.
I think it's weird for a very specific subgroup. If you're someone who believes Kendrick is telling the truth and you like Drake,
that is a huge subgroup, dog.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's as large as other subgroups. For someone to think what Kendrick is saying is real, like 100%, and to like really like Drake, I don't think that's that big. It's like you don't think what Kendrick is saying is real, but you like Drake, so that doesn't apply to you.
Right, but do you guys?
I don't think any of us here.
Do y'all think that it's real?
I don't think either allegations are true.
Nah, I went on record last pod as saying I'm not fully convinced about any sort of pedophile angle. I'm just pretty convinced that the weirdness adds up to enough to, say he's pretty weird around underage girls.
All the girls that people online wanted to hear from all defended Drake and said nothing happened either.
Well, I mean, there's photographic evidence that he was, hanging out and touching underage girls. So there's the concert, 2013.
Okay. Yeah, but that wasn't illegal.
The birthday party.
What do you mean that wasn't?
In Colorado, he was not. It was, I think it's 16 that you can. It's again weird. I'm not defending it from being not weird, but like from a legality perspective, he's not breaking the law by doing what he did on stage.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was illegal. Did I say it was illegal? Or also in Canada, the age of consent is 16. You can legally consent to sex with 14 and older if they're close in age. If you're 14 or 5, you can't have sex with anyone 5 years older than you. 14 or 15, sorry.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. All right, I think we have talked about this for long enough.
We even talked about the Heart Part 6 earlier.
I talked about as much as I wanted to, honestly.
That's crazy.
Because we had a busy week of Shit Dogs news, fellas.
Shit Dogs breaking news. Oh my fucking god, dog.
Man, I think one thing we can all agree on is it's tough to live out here, Got a little story for y'all from May 8th. Contractors working on the Family Fair grocery store in Midland last week unexpectedly found a woman, 34, living inside the rooftop sign.
So far.
The sign is apparently weirdly big. When they discovered her living situation, they discovered that she had a mini desk in there, full flooring, a pantry of food, and a houseplant.
5.
Authorities agreed to transport all of her furnishings safely outside of the premises. She also has a job and a car. So she chose not to live in the car, but to live in the sign.
That's crazy.
Yeah, free living.
They found her out because there was a super long extension cord running up to the sign. They said it's not clear how the woman got up and down from the sign. And they started calling her the rooftop ninja.
That's fun. I need to meet her. Man-to-man, man-woman conversation.
So, yeah, just a little credit to Michigan. The police did not, and the property owner, I guess, did not file any criminal charges against the lady that just
probably thought that shit was
funny.
The thunder of the inland sea unite in one grand symphony of Michigan, my Michigan.
getting pretty tough in France right now. Country has the worst birth rates since World War II.
Like in terms of producing children?
Yeah, new kids. French President Emmanuel Macron, said he's going to unveil a comprehensive plan. He's going to take this into his own hands to cure France's dwindling birth rates.
Who cares? People just aren't having sex or they're using protection.
Central to Macron's strategy is the introduction of free fertility checks for individuals aged between 18 and 25. If y'all were 18 to 25, you fucking a baby into somebody to get that check?
Currently 25, so I might go and take advantage of that while I still got a month. Damn, dog. Damn, dog.
That only is prostitution, isn't it? Paying to have sex? Paying someone to have sex with
I'm
someone?
about to get to work.
Basically.
I'm about to get to work for a month, bro. How much did you say?
I don't think he's figured out his check. How much he's gonna cash it yet.
$1,000, would you do it?
I'm about to turn it into that Vince Vaughn movie
Which one?
where he has like 36 kids. He donated like a sperm donor clinic, and there was like a fuck up, and he ends up having 30 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it intentionally. Here, I'll Google it. I'm just gonna type in Vince Vaughn sperm. That should do the job. Delivery man.
Oh, yeah. I was like, it has some, like, just, tongue-in-cheek title like that.
Yeah, I typed in Vince Vaughn sucks and fucks.
Macron is also proposing the introduction of a duty to visit for fathers. So, whoa, before you go over there for the fucking the money. That would require them to actively participate in their children's lives.
Okay,
So,
yeah. That's okay.
However, he's excluding any type of surrogacy from this plan due to ethical concerns. I guess he thinks women might just be getting pregnant every year to get the check.
That's a vibe, though.
He claims surrogacy is not compatible with the dignity of women and equated it to turning their bodies into commodities.
That's what he's doing. That's what they're doing.
He's kind of doing that anyway, but apparently these birth rates are declining all over Europe, though. Interesting.
Look what going to live in shitty times.
Yeah, is that a bad thing?
Yeah, everybody's like, it looks like we're got some sort of climate catastrophe coming up in the next 10 years. Probably don't want to have a kid be 10 around then.
Plus, haven't birth rates just gone up expeditiously the entire fucking last 100 years?
No.
They're not.
No.
They've been dropping.
They're dropping now.
They were going up for a while since the baby boom.
I wouldn't say exponentially, but a lot of countries are struggling with that. I know Japan's pretty bad about it. Their birth rate, theirs might be negative. I feel like I saw that theirs is negative.
Oh man, yeah. Who wants to have a baby in America, especially? Looking at these presidential candidates coming up in November.
A couple of 80-year-old men.
But there's one guy that is trying to upend the duality of our presidential choices.
Say RFK.
One man trying to drain the swamp out here, and that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Do you want a man for president who's seasoned through and through, but not so doggone seasoned that he won't try something new? A man who's old enough to know and young enough to do. Well, it's up to
I think we could have one candidate in this presidential race that wasn't senile and fucking
psycho.
Yeah, just had a crazy brain. But no, you would be wrong. Kennedy revealed about a week ago that in 2010, a worm crawled into his brain, ate part of it, and died in there.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said in 2012 he was experiencing severe memory loss and mental fogginess that worried a friend so much he thought he had a brain tumor. He went to several doctors, and then he finally found a doctor that said, hey, this could be a dead worm that crawled into your brain. They scanned it, and they confirmed the remains of a parasite, which is inoperable, and they had to leave in there.
Are you actually serious right now?
Yes.
That is so awesome, dude.
The condition is called neurocysticercosis. And it happens when you swallow microscopic eggs passed in the feces of a person who has an intestinal pork tapeworm. If someone eats like bad pork and then like they have like shitty hands and they prepare something for you, you could get those eggs if they don't wash their hands or something.
Jesus Christ.
Yucky.
But yeah, undercooked and potentially infected pork can produce eggs and tapeworms.
How's he even able to run? Since that shit destroyed allegedly some of his brain.
I don't know, because he also brought this up. He had to bring it up and make it public, I guess, because he went through divorce proceedings, I guess, and he said that he was arguing that his earning power had been diminished by his cognitive struggles. So he's trying to kind of have it both ways here. Like, yeah, I'm cognitive enough to be the president, but not cognitive enough to fucking have a regular job that can support my family or something like that.
Yeah, this is fucking insane, dude. How old is he again?
He's 70.
Jesus Christ. Oh, why? Why, bro?
So you might think Kennedy's troubles and woes were done there, but he also has an atrial fibrillation.
Hey, hold on. Hey, that's okay. Hey, we got to represent for the heart issue, bro. Come on.
I started with the least crazy, just for you. He's got spasmodic dysphonia, a neurological disorder that causes his vocal cords to squeeze too close together and causes his voice to be extremely hoarse and strained. Pretty good for a politician to have that. Hepatitis C,
Been there.
which wouldn't be that crazy, except he got it through intravenous drug use in his youth. So like doing heroin or something.
This guy is a movie.
Yeah. When your dad is Robert Kennedy and fucking he gets assassinated when you're like fucking 12 or whatever. Yeah, that's not gonna be good. And finally, he had at one point a mercury level that caused poisoning and was 10 times the levels deemed safe by the EPA. When asked about what may have contributed to the mercury poisoning, he said his love of tuna. I love tuna fish sandwiches, he said. I eat them all the time.
That shit's so ass.
Oh my god.
Dude, I gotta live on more of an edge, bro.
That's our third choice for presidency. If you guys were, looking for an alternative.
I need the retirement age to be effective for all politicians as well.
I just need anyone to use their brain and ask if they've ever had a real an actual good conversation with anyone over this.
Well, you can't.
That's what I need. That's why I need people to use their fucking brain, bro.
Yeah, I know this because Hugh B. Brown has called the last two Mavericks games. He coached fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 60s, and he's still he's a little bit not as sharp as you can tell he was 10, 20 years ago or whatever, but he still knows everything that's happening in basketball. He's giving good coloring and shit, and he's got a wealth of wisdom to draw from. If you ask people over 70 and 80, when they start having memory problems, they still remember everything before then pretty well, especially as you get closer to their youth. They can be really clear, but their short term and their recent kind of year memory definitely does start to falter.
Bro, but it just doesn't literally make sense. Just functionally, the people that you're choosing to put in that position of power, that their whole worldview and everything is established on shit that happened 40, 50 years ago. It's just why are you expecting them, or why as a society do we want that age group to be the people that dictate the future?
No alarm bells going off. It's fine.
That's just so fucking weird to me. That is
Joe Biden's shaking hands with a fucking ghost on stage.
Yeah.
Just if you're into politics and into Joe Biden, you just like kind of brush it off. You know, it doesn't really affect the job too much, even if he is a little senile or something. You know, he's the guy you want in there because you think he's got good opinions for whatever. And if you're not into politics, I think you just don't even really notice that kind of stuff like as much. It's just like people who aren't into politics, they like don't view it as part of their lives, like as part of their story, you know, and they just kind of like maybe even subconsciously just like totally keep all that information out of their brain. And like I don't even blame them that much.
Yeah.
Because like it's probably a life way better spent not worrying about the depressing and totally pessimistic state of politics. But yeah, if everybody was paying attention and, you know, voting or whatever, things maybe could be a lot different. Definitely nothing's gonna change with these candidates we're looking in now though. I got one more piece of news for y'all, a little fun action. Get started on this sports stuff. Save the best for last. Except it's a news story about the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if you guys saw this. They're going to allow fans to smoke cigarettes, vapes, and Delta 8 pre-rolls in the stands during games for the upcoming NFL season.
What a vibe.
Lambeau Field, getting fucking hotboxed.
That is actually...
Luckily, it's an open stadium.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, I wonder if it was a closed stadium if they would be about that.
Probably not.
Bro, what is Wisconsin's
Might be too
policy
much of a
on
risk.
like weed and shit? Hey, open season?
Cannabis in Wisconsin is illegal for recreational use. That's why they stipulated Delta 8, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can smoke that fake weed that might just be spice or something.
Yeah, literally.
Even though a nice blunt ski and some fucking a big piece of like a cheese wheel on a stick. I assume you can get that at the stadium. Might be sweet.
What's the vibes like in our various locations here? Like smoking, has it changed over the last like 6 months, year? Like people smoking out in public and shit more, or have you noticed a different change in behavior at all?
Honestly, I feel like it might have been a little more green, like a little. I feel like I smelled more weed, maybe saw more like 20, 21, 22, like when it first started getting legal and shit. Now I feel like maybe the novelty of the legality and like, you know, the fun of it is maybe kind of passed a little bit.
About Las Cruces.
In regards to like people publicly smoking?
Yeah, just like what's the vibes in the city? Is it kind of a prominent thing?
From what little I've seen, I don't think I've seen too many people smoking publicly. I also don't look for it. Usually it's just Walmart or go to work. Come home, I'm at home. I don't really see anyone smoking from my balcony.
Smoking inside a Walmart, just walking down the aisle with the fucking blunt.
There was that one thing I told you guys way back when. There's the guy, he wanted me to smoke out the vape or the pen at Walmart for a video or something. I was like, no, that my uniform on.
Yeah,
that would come back to me eventually.
I'll tell you who was smoking on some fucking loud. Who was acting fucking crazy during the Mavericks second game press conference. And that was whoever started playing porn from the reporters section out loud.
I gotta get something off real quick.
Luca was just sitting there. I think the press conference had pretty much just started, and they're just asking him questions like, how'd you get the win today? And suddenly you hear, fucking.
Luca's face is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think we shared the ball really well. We were knocking down shots, we were open shots, so we just started sharing the ball and we was waiting. What do you think? Okay, moving on. That's my life.
Bob on Twitter was like, someone discovered that they can't, like, that they need to disconnect the Bluetooth before they start playing audio or something like that.
And Luca at the end of that, he said, I hope that's not live. Oh, maybe he's talking about the press conference. I thought he was talking about someone having sex back there. But that would make more sense. It just dawned on me.
Yeah. Like you said, come on, there's kids watching, man. Yeah, I hope all of them kids are watching the Mavs go up 2-1, though. I mean, worried there for a second, but they just like to lose their first game, you know? Like, I need to come to accept that. I need to expect it. First game, and I don't even fucking watch it, honestly.
That's how I feel about Celtics games too. Game 2's right now.
Maybe the Cavs will go the same way the Heat, though. Only won 1. I could totally see that. Celtics, you know, they put the Warriors to rest a little bit, taking that 2-1 lead. And if the Cavs took a 2-1 lead, oh my God, that would be in the sports talk right now. We'd be upending our conversations.
Yeah.
Also, Lou Dort needs to be arrested, so.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Lou Dort flying knees to Luka, hitting him in the face. He's had at least like 3 takedowns of Luka where it's like he's trying to get a foul call, but he's like clearly kind of holding his waist and taking him down.
Yeah,
Lou's really trying out there.
Yeah, and then the second game, he stuck his foot out on a 3, which looked questionable, like he was trying to foul Luka. But then
Dort.
Yeah, Dort, and I was kind of like, because he tripped him, and I was like, I don't know if he's really trying to. And then I saw him knee fucking Luka in the midsection.
Yeah.
This last game, like, oh, he definitely did that on purpose. Then sticking his leg out there like that.
Yeah, NBA players can be really subtle, where it's like hard to tell if it's on purpose and stuff. You kind of got to look at the history of actions, maybe, but. I don't know if that trip, was intentional, because it did look a little like maybe incidental or whatnot, but Lou has definitely been doing some intentional trying to fucking wear Luka down shit, beat his ass. But our Mavs and ourselves, looking like they might have some good positioning to meet some teams in the Westies and the Easties. Maybe even advancing there by the time we do another pod next week. Yeah, down to 8 teams in the playoffs. The Knicks look like they might have the Pacers handled. They're going to meet them Celts in the East, if I had to guess.
After that game specifically, the Knicks were up 9, and then the Pacers went on an 11-1 run to go up 1. And then there was just ass basketball played for like 3 or 4 minutes after that. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? The Pacers
absolutely
got away.
I feel like those teams are like, they kind of lack shot making a lot of the times, but their hustle is just so crazy. Like they're both like hustling, fucking grabbing offensive rebounds, fast breaks are like being completed in like fucking 2.5 seconds and shit. And yeah, it's just such a storied rivalry between the Pacers and Knicks. I'm glad that they're like. The fans are kind of getting another round at it after they met 6 times between 93 and 2000 in the playoffs.
Shit.
No chips between them all. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, if the Pacers, if they take their next game at home, I mean, shit, we got a series again. The Nemhard 3 was pretty clutch.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was no shot he was going to make that, and then he just drained it like
That's pretty deep. It's such a deep 3 that they're like, we're not even going to really put a hand in your face. We're just going to like stay at the 3-point line and, go for the rebound. He fucking drained that thing after he'd missed like 3 threes in a row, like in that fourth quarter. So that was pretty cool for the young player.
Brunson and Shea remind me a lot of each other offensively. If I'm going to be honest. Their mid-range and like close work basket, I think, is very similar. Close basket work. Shea's just so much bigger. And Shea pisses me off with his turnaround fadeaway jumpers in the mid-range too, so motherfucker's like 80% on that specific shot.
Yeah, his mid-range jumper is absolutely cream of fucking wheat. It's fucking butter. Yeah, I think it's Knicks Celtics in the East, but in the West, I'm a lot less sure about the Nugs and Timberwolves. Timberwolves obviously looking pretty dominant the first 2 games, but the Nugs looking, just as dominant in the third game. Got a 2-1 Minnesota lead right now. What do you guys think? Who's coming out of there?
That game 3 was such a that shit. If the Nuggets lose that game, I think they get swept. And now, especially the way they lost or the way that they were able to beat them down, I'm like, damn, bro, this series is really back alive.
I didn't get to watch the full game, but I feel like there must be some like coaching adjustments. Like something had to be adjusted there to where it feels like the series is really close again now.
Jamal Murray didn't shoot like ass like he did the first 2 games, so that helped a lot for the
I think Timberwolves kind of shot like ass too.
Shot making efficiency definitely helps. Yeah, so that's great. The NBA can just be that way. Just like you're a centimeter off, for 5 more times than you would be, and your team's gonna lose or something.
Maybe I'm, hopeful for Ant, but I just have a feeling that the Timberwolves are gonna at home win this game 4. I just got a feeling. It's really hard to me to lose your first 2 home games and find a way to win that series. If the Nuggets do that shit, dog, that is unfucking.
That's gonna be pretty historic.
It's gonna be a really weird series if both home teams lose back to back. That would I don't know when the last time that happened. That would be crazy.
Only 6 teams in NBA history have ever come back from an 0-2 deficit. The Celtics against the Jimmy Butler Bulls in 2017.
Yeah, that was JT drafted year.
16-17 season.
Yeah.
Was Kyrie there?
Yeah.
Oh, he was there at that point?
Yeah, that was his first year, I believe. I guess second, 17-18. This was last year.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then I'm going to go from recent to most historical because I don't like this recent one. It's the 2021 Clippers against the Mavs. But check this out. Next, we got 2005, the Mavericks coming back against the Rockets.
Yeah.
I know they had a great season that year. 05, 07, and then 11. I think the Mavs were absolutely killing it. Like 60 win, 50, 60 win. 94. We're keeping on the trend of the former team being mentioned. The Rockets did it against the Suns. Just the year before, the Suns did it against the Lakers. And get this, folks, 1969, the Lakers did it against the Warriors.
Wow.
Many people on Reddit calling this the craziest playoff stat, so I'm glad we found it.
Wow.
Very few have charted this territory.
Yeah, and it would be breaking the perfect streak of teams that have done it as well, if the Nuggets should succeed. So, I'm riding with the Nuggets. That was my original pick. And, I got to ride with them now. I will say, there is inconsistency to the Timberwolves offense. And looking at the last game, maybe the Nuggets have found out a way to be successful enough at their offense against a good Timberwolves defense to really make this a series.
Freaking insane Timberwolves defense.
Yeah, that shit's
crazy. I haven't looked at the stats recently, but I think last time I checked, and it's still got to be like the best defense in the playoffs. Yeah, if the Nugs win another home game, we really got a series. But yeah, they only got 2 more home games left, and they're going to need to win 3 games. So they need to take 1 on the road. Yeah, it's going to be a tough series. They've dug themselves a hole, and they're not finding any gold. They're not finding any nuggets. But maybe they just found one, So they just found one. It's breaking news.
We're live on the ground.
I need our Denver correspondent to enter the Discord chat, please. Q.
It's just funny.
Hey, chew on this.
You guys.
Chew on this.
Do you think it's reasonable that Coach Ham and Coach Vogel were fired from the Lakers and Suns, respectively, and could you do a better job?
Vogel, I say no for Vogel because he was there for a year, and while the expectation sure was high, it's also still very tough to build a foundation when that foundation hasn't been together for a very long time, because you added Beal, who was forever especially after John Wall left, was like the guy. And he was in Washington, right? Beal?
Yeah, Washington Wizards.
And now he has to play third string to KD and Devin. And also that team is not as deep as Sam said before we got on. It's not as deep, or maybe it was Austin. Not as deep as OKC, not as deep as Minnesota, not as deep as Boston. The team's just not deep. It's very top heavy. I think it's tough to win with a team that's top heavy. That is actually probably my minor argument for Ham as well, but Ham's been there longer. And I just feel like the Lakers are the exact same team that from Ham's first year, I don't know if he's been there 2 or 3 years, but from Ham's first year to the next year or even 3 years, I feel like they're the exact same team. They're right there, but not good enough. Ham's firing, I can understand more, but Vogel's is pretty shocking after one season to me.
With the Suns in particular, yeah, I think you definitely see the not having a true point guard problem that Vogel was saying before they canned him as a reality. I mean, it looks like they're pretty much running the offense through Devin Booker most of the time. He led the team with 6 assists. And, you know, he's just such a knockdown shooter that you really want him to be able to, you know, be off ball and able to get open and be more efficient than 35% from 3. Because, you know, I think he can. That was kind of the role it seemed like Durant had on the team. Yeah, he was shooting a lot more efficiently, Durant. But, I mean, also, you know, Bradley Beal seemed to be like a little bit of a bust. I think, yeah, he had a really good like 2020 or 2021 season where he was like, whatever season he had where he was like over 30 points a game. And I think that kind of inflated his value, and, you know, being on the Wizards, like his whole career inflated his value. People didn't understand this guy was more of a 18, 19 points a game guy, I think. And yeah, this season, you know, he only finished with about 4.5 assists, which is the second most on the team. And after that, you got Durant with 3.3. It seems like they, you know, just weren't able to provide the efficiency of offense that they were hoping, you know, would be like their knockout blow to get to the finals this year. The Lakers definitely have more depth than the Suns. I mean, after the big guys on the Suns, like, you got Grayson Allen playing pretty well, but all the other guys are like, can't take him or leave him. They obviously added Isaiah Thomas right at the end of the year, which seemed like a little bit of a Hail Mary.
I didn't see his ass play at all in the playoffs.
Of course not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Former Boston stud.
Yeah, and just, you know, getting swept by the Timberwolves as well. Like, before they went 2-0 on the Nuggets, you know, especially, it just seemed like an utter defeat. You know, your team doesn't win one playoff game. Coaches have definitely been fired for less. Like Mike Budenholzer, or whatever his name is, Mike fucking Booty Holder, who seems to be getting the Phoenix Suns job, by the way, of head coach.
Unbelievable.
At least the Lakers had, you know, 4 starters and double-figure points. LeBron averaging 8.8 assists. That's pretty good. I think their reserve staff was a lot better in the regular season. I mean, they still obviously had a kind of turbulent season, but in the postseason, they just seemed to really drop off unless your name was Rui Hachimura was pretty good. I think they maybe started him 1 game or 2 games or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Darvin Ham especially seemed like one of those coaches where he was just over on the sideline, not really doing anything, just kind of like deferring to LeBron too much, it seemed, you know, which, I mean, that's not the worst course of action, but like, it seemed like he wasn't contributing enough himself. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really in the huddle or anything. Austin, you got any LA correspondence insider info on that?
I would say that generally the buzz around here is kind of agreeance of like the
Clippers.
Well, I don't know about that. Kinda. The rotations were were pretty ass, and oftentimes were like too heavily, especially in the playoffs, heavily dependent on AD and Bron. And I think you could get away with that if this was 2011 or 2013 or 2018 even LeBron, but he's just too old to be having to have that sort of offensive and defensive burden. Really, honestly, mostly offense. He was never really like. I mean, he honestly was playing better defense than I feel like people give him credit for at his fucking age. But offensively, still was able to do a pretty damn good job. But just was not. He's just not who he was when he was 30. And yeah, I just think that they didn't have enough offensive really consistency, playmaking wise. I think that's the biggest thing that I've started to realize when it comes to like superstars is like, as much as I love Kevin Durant is not a playmaker. He's a scorer. And like, you can only do so much.
Neither even really is Devin Booker.
Exactly. Devin Booker is like an elite scorer.
He's forced to get 6 assists.
Decent playmaker. Yeah, he is not like, and that's where like, I think, LeBron is, in his prime, he was amazing at both. But now it's like, I think you could rely on him for one or the other, but he can't be the guy for both. I think they need a true playmaker. D'Angelo Russell tries to be a scorer, is way too inconsistent to be a starter. Austin Reeves, honestly, I think he's a pretty reliable scorer when they let him be, but he's just not really like a playmaker to me. So yeah, they just don't have a true playmaker. Suns, I would argue, same exact thing. They don't have depth though, even at all. Like they don't even have an Austin Reeves, in my opinion. That they put way too much emphasis on Beal.
They got Grayson Allen.
Okay, yeah, that is true. They do have Grayson Allen. I do like him.
More of a 3-point specialist. Austin Reeves can kind of create a mid-range or drive a little better.
I actually agree. Yeah, I think Grayson is kind of there's definitely equivalence there with like what Austin Reeves is providing. But yeah, both don't have the depth I think needed to have the expectation that they have because of the names that are at the top of the list of AD, Bron, KD. And
names are doing pretty good.
Right. The names aren't even the problem, and that's the thing. The coaches are going to get the blame because of the expectations. And I just would never want to coach for the Suns or the Lakers if Kevin Durant and LeBron are on the teams, because they generate too much expectation on their own that it's like if you don't make the Western Conference Finals, it's a disappointment.
LeBron, he was kind of having a career season in a lot of ways too, which is just crazy that he's that old and doing it. He shot his best from 3-point ever. His assists were, he averaged like 10.2 in the regular season with the Lakers in 1920 when they won the chip. not 1920.
He's been around for that long.
I was like, wait a second.
Say, Lakers, you want to win the chip? I'm averaging all these assists over here, and I don't know why that's my 1920s voice, but yeah, his assists were like second most he's ever had, or no, third most he's ever had, if I'm looking correctly. Okay, fifth most he's ever had. Last answer there, but it's close. 2 through 5 is like between 8.3 and 8.6. So, but getting great production out of him. Like, the production is so good, it's like he can't retire, right? Like, we're gonna have another year of LeBron, right? At least.
Oh, for sure, at least one more year.
Oh yeah, definitely one more year at least. Well, I think he's not gonna retire until he plays with his son. So.
Yeah, but he does like to tease it. Last few years.
But LeBron also can't be playing 45 minutes every game, so.
Nah.
This isn't 2018 LeBron.
Have we seen the last of LeBron in a Laker uniform, or you think he's staying put?
He's going back.
Yeah, I don't think he.
I don't know why he'd go back, but he's going back.
It's gonna be crazy. His 7th season with the Lakers.
That is wild.
He only spent 4 in Miami.
Yep.
Fucking 10 seasons with the Cavaliers.
Yeah, he went to championships all 4 of those years. He won 2 and lost.
That's absolutely insane.
Someone made a comment on Twitter I saw, basically saying that like LeBron made it where you think it's common for the same player team to make it 8 straight years like he did, and it's not.
Normal.
He does bring a ridiculous offensive consistency.
Yeah.
Just consistency to any team he's on. It's hard for them to be truly a bad team if LeBron's on it, which is just a lot of weight for one player to have.
Yeah, because the one year that they were bad, he was hurt in LA. Missed a lot of games, and they almost made the playoffs.
I mean, pretty much every year he's been, in most cases, a top 3 playmaker and a top 3 scorer in the league. And many of those years he was the best in both. So it's just kind of it's just that you throw that on pretty much any team, and you pretty much have an offense on your own. Not to mention the fact that he's at the very minimum a plus defender, if not one of the best defenders in the league during his peak, in my opinion. It's really hard to get around a guy that's as tall and fast as he is.
Yeah. The fact that he's an absolute force, inside in the paint, getting rebounds and shit too.
Yeah.
It's you need that. You need to be able to force your way through the paint, in the postseason especially, get easier looks, be able to outmuscle people on offense and defense. It's important. Yeah, I think the Suns pretty much just needed to start Bol. That would have cured basically all of their problems. I mean,
you still on that roster?
Yeah, dude, Shaq is gonna be so mad at us that you said that, dude.
See a Bol suck off man or
suck off man?
Yeah,
that's a crazy thing to say.
Suck off man. That's what we should have named this podcast. Suck off men. They don't know. It's kind of questionable who's sucking who, but nonetheless.
Suck off Crodies.
Suck off Crodies. That's fun.
Yeah, cheesing me, fam.
I've been in my head saying I'm eating fried rice with the dip sauce and a blaming Crody, and I've been saying that in my head random times of the day.
That's funny.
I cracked up in a Baja Blast at the start of the pod. I just picked it up oh shit, I forgot about it. It's gonna be almost full. Shit's almost empty. I'm when the fuck did I drink this?
Oh, bro, speaking of the devil, I forgot I had a fucking lemonade over here that I had drank. Little bottle, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Logan, have you gotten through your songs?
Again.
I've been.
Yeah, what you been listening to?
Outside of the diss tracks, I guess diss tracks primarily Euphoria, Family Matters, and Not Like Us. Outside of those 3, I've been listening to a lot of Love Me this past week.
That is, you're a freak. You're a freak boy.
Wait, what song is it?
It Love Me. I'm on that good cushion alcohol. I got some damn
bitches I can call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm about to the day I found.
Yeah, long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me, my bitches love me. I could give a fuck by no hate as long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me, my bitches love me. Yeah, I could give a fuck by no nigga long as these bitches love me.
Did find an old Black Friday. Someone put Black Friday up on Spotify, the Kendrick and Cole mashup. Again.
Burning my lever. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Ten toes to the ground. Yeah. Hey, let's get the proceeding this evening. No promethazine, I'm a king.
Chris, what you been listening to?
I mean,
Critical Role.
Mostly just Shakes. Euphoria. Not Like Us. Meet the Grams. Oh yeah, $1 Million Baby.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Flopper.
That gosh. that Roddy Ricch?
Sir, I think it's Tommy Rich.
Yeah.
Surprisingly close with a random ass guess.
Austin, you got a song you've been listening to?
Oh yeah, new Chief Keef and Gunna album. That's been on the heavy rotation. Probably, I don't know. Couple off the Gunna album especially are going to be getting played a whole lot within the next couple of weeks. But On One Tonight, I will say, is my favorite. That shit needs to be extended. They left throwing me a fucking minute and a half song. I gotta
Like that Gunna song you were talking about. Listen to it, the one with the aura. It's like, that's pretty good. Like, now it's like a minute and a half. I'm like, bruh, guys gotta stop making new 2-minute songs.
Get out of here. Goes into a different song. What are you waiting around here for? Fuck you mean?
I hope he comes out with like a remix version of that has more people on it or something. But yeah, that's been the recent stuff, because that shit just came out on Friday. Both of those. I've only listened to Chief Keef in full one time, but pretty fun listening to his progression as an artist compared to Finally Rich to where he is now. I don't know if this album is as good as Fornem. Fornem is like that shit is really good, but it's up there. Both of them have Chief Keef. Like, you can see he's actually doing production and like not just rap, and he's just improved as a like a lyricist as well. Which, I mean, you'd expect him. You know, he was like young as shit when he blew up, but it's pretty cool seeing the progression. I'm getting old for real.
What about the Future song with, I don't remember the other artist's name.
That one was good too. Future been hyping that shit up on Twitter and stuff. He does that randomly to artists. Like, he'll just like be a feature on a song and like he'll be promoting that shit more than his actual music. But yeah, I liked it. I thought the beat was good. And Future's been on a run. I mean, he's never not been on a run, to be honest with you. But his Future run, the last couple that he's put out with Nardo, and then this one, I can tell that man is in peak form right now.
Let's go, shit dogs. Run that fucking exit music, DJ.
I think it's a butter chicken, boy.
Went to Red Lobster the other day, got the real rolls straight from the source. Fucking, actually not rolls, oh my god. Fucking biscuits. Red Lobster biscuits are so good.
Are they better at the store or at the restaurant, or are they the same? Yeah.
Well, I can make them pretty dang good at home, but I think the thing with the restaurant that I've noticed this time is that they just like season the fuck out of them, and like there might be like more salt at least, but just like more of their like biscuit seasoning that they put on top, like baked into that shit. I don't know. And they also have like, you know, probably big ass oven where they can bake it really fast and make it like the perfect, like kind of crunchy. So those things do contribute to a pretty, you know, I'd say it's substantially better to get it at the restaurant. But I don't know, because I can make them at home. I kind of like making like a big biscuit to where the inside is like really soft and shit. Like almost gooey.
Almost not cooked fully.
Yeah, well, I just like making it big so the outside is like, you can cook it like the normal time, and the outside is like getting pretty crispy, getting pretty brown and stuff, but like getting the inside is like, yeah, not as cooked, yeah. It's just goody.
Goody. Goody. I hope you're recording still, dude.
That's good. That's good.
I actually stopped recording because I thought we were done, then I started it back up. Seemed like we weren't.
That's funny. We'll see boys on the RL fields sooner or later. You can find us on Twitch at ShitDogsGaming, all lowercase, or on Twitter at ShitDogsPodcast, SD&P capitalized.
Shit dogs.